Hello, everyone. Today I am here with the amazing Dr. Rourke, the essential oil vet, and Janet is her name. Janet has made over 1 million sales online, which is so cool. And Janet, your number one lead source is a simple Facebook ad. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to have you share a little bit about your experience and best practices using ads. We actually have a Facebook ad workshop coming up here on April 11th. So if you guys want details on that, just type workshop below. Janet, I'm super excited to share your story. It's really, really inspiring. And about a year and a half ago, you and I think it was that long ago, we hopped on Zoom because you were having some issues with your ad and we did a few tweaks, and then you've been getting like 4,000 leads a month, I think,
Yep.
running the same ad.
Yep.
And also, real quick, I just heard that your email list crossed 100,000 subscribers.
Yep. Yep.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So, I would love for you to share with everyone how Facebook ads have helped you really have a steady lead flow and steady sales in your business.
Yeah, well, okay. First off, you're so nice. And yes, all of those stats are true, but let's rewind a little bit because I absolutely hated the thought of Facebook ads and
I know.
actually spent a good amount of money hiring people to try to do them for me. And I even hired an agency to the tune of like
Mm.
$5,000.
Oh my gosh, I
And
don't think I knew that.
I hired another person to do it for me, and it just was never the right fit. I know
Yeah.
that's for some people, sure, but like for me, it wasn't the right fit. The voice wasn't mine. It just
Mm.
lost like the really my voice and my flavor, and
Yeah.
really what I was trying to convey wasn't getting conveyed very well. And the ads
Yeah.
were, let's be honest, the ads were not converting. It was like
Yeah.
$40 a lead. And these are like
Oh, good
free
Lord.
leads that are not even paying people. And I'm just like, this is so expensive. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then Tasha was just like, I coach like you should just do them yourself. And I had another
Yeah.
mentor that was like, the last thing you should give away in your business is your copy, like your voice, especially when it comes to ads on
Yeah.
Meta. And so I was like, okay, I hear you, but also like, no, I don't want to learn ads. I'm a veterinarian. I have a very specific set of skills and I want
Yeah.
to stay in my lane. I am
Yeah.
not some like genius. I'm not super great on a computer necessarily, or so I thought,
Yeah.
and I was very resistant to learning
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
finally was just like, okay, I can't keep paying like $5,000 to these people that are not getting results.
Oh my
That's just
gosh.
like not sustainable even a little bit. And so I was like, I need help. And so I hopped on a call with you because you're like, it's not that bad. I kept getting stuck at like one certain spot. I was like
Yeah.
doing my thing and I'm like, I don't know what button to push. And so
Yeah.
I just need to know like, do I do like a lead ad or a form ad
Yeah.
or like there's not that many choices, honestly, now that I think
Yeah.
about it. But like at the time, it was just like if I
Yeah.
pushed the wrong thing, it would come up and I would get like an error or it wouldn't actually work. And so Tasha's like, just hop on a call with Karen, she'll help you. And so I did, and like it was like 20 minutes. I don't even know. It was such a short amount
I'm
of
like, we
time
didn't
from
even
what
hardly
we
do
did.
anything. We just did
You're
whatever.
like,
We
you're
fixed
like,
it.
just click on this and click on this. And like we did it. And like I
Yeah.
pushed publish and it worked. I didn't get the error. I was like, I thought I tried that and it didn't work. But then with you, you were like, no, it just click this and this is what I usually do. And it was
Yeah.
so easy and nice and fun. And so then we went and we published it and that's all she wrote. At that point, I was like, oh my gosh, that was actually like so easy. Why did I have
Yeah.
so much resistance around that? And it was
Yeah.
really just about like not understanding, not knowing, and then thinking I was going to do something wrong and make the
Yeah.
Facebook gods mad and get shut
Facebook
down
God.
for life. And I couldn't do that because a lot of my business is on social media. So
Yeah.
so yeah, now beginning of like this really beautiful thing. And then we got really good at like,
Um,
just fine tuning the ad flow. And we've
yeah.
been running the exact same ad So we've tweaked that one a couple of times because of various reasons, really,
Yeah.
and new photos and things like that. But the ad that we're running right now for the exact same thing. So we have one opt-in that's really hot. So you have to have a hot opt-in for sure for
Yeah.
like getting leads. And then and it's something that just like a lot of people need and want, and it's free for me. Then we have been running the same one since last August, and it's now
Amazing.
April, and have not changed anything.
Yeah.
And we are consistently getting at least 1,000 leads a week with that.
That is insanity.
And we're not, and they're like dollar leads. They're so cheap. And these are amazing people that are looking for
Yeah.
exactly what I have. And a good percentage of them, we have a pretty good conversion rate into
Hmm.
paid customers from that, which is, of course, the ultimate goal, right? Is
Yeah.
like the leads are great, but then you nurture the leads and you love them and you provide them awesome value with your correspondences
Yeah.
and connections, and eventually you'll offer something to them that they're like, yes, I need that, I'm going to buy
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and become incredible lifelong customers. And it's just a really beautiful thing when it all works out.
It's so good. And you mentioned something I think is so important. So I want to rewind for a minute because you've had so much goodness in what you just said. But one of the things that I want to make sure everyone picked up on is you said you have to have a really good opt-in.
Mhm.
So do you want to explain a little bit about what an opt-in is and just from your perspective, what makes your opt-in a good opt-in?
Yeah, really what it comes down to for me is there was this big problem that people had, and I had a really easy solution.
Yeah.
And so ultimately that's what our offer is a solution to someone's problems, right? And it has to be, they have to, one, be problem aware. They have to know that they have this problem. And that is what I see a lot of people kind of making that mistake with their opt-ins. Like, yeah, it's a really cool opt-in, but it's not really connected to the offer at all, or
Yeah.
that sort of thing. But a hot opt-in would just be like something that if somebody sees your ad, they're like, I need that. Like,
Yeah.
and it's free. Oh my gosh, that's really too hard to
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so
Oh,
for
real
us,
quick. And so people, do you think, so some people might be like, what? I'm going to give away something really valuable for
yes,
free. So tell me kind of
yes.
your thoughts on that.
So it's not for free, right? Because they're
Yeah.
actually giving you valuable information about them, which is their
Yeah.
name and their email address. And so you have to give them something good enough for them to give you that. And I'm not saying like I'm going to give them $100 if they give me their email address.
Yeah.
No, but we created a digital like ebook that
Yeah.
we just did in Canva. It's not like hard to do. I mean, we took some time and made it really
Yeah.
beautiful and good. And we've updated
Yeah.
it a few times, which is why we had to do new ads, is because we've updated it a few times. But when it's something that's really valuable, that they're like, that it solves a problem and
Mhm.
can lead them into your next steps, then that really is the start of the customer journey. One, they're
Yeah.
problem aware, they're looking for a solution to this problem. You're like, here's the solution, or here's some answers, or here's
Yeah.
some kind of thing that they will be like, yes, I will give you my email address for that thing because it's that desirable.
Yeah.
Then of course they can always unsubscribe from our email list, right? But then with the email list, then you're like, let's nurture that. And we're not just constantly bombarding them with offers and being like, buy this, buy that, buy this. Like that
Yeah.
is, I will unsubscribe from those email lists so
Oh, for
fast. I'm
sure.
like, and
Yeah.
especially if it's like every single day, I'm like, that is way
Yeah.
too much. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? You found this guide really helpful. You might find this recipe really helpful. This is one that I used this week. Or we
Yeah.
share a story about, I'm a veterinarian, so we share a story about an animal that's really heartfelt, and
Yeah.
people are like, I'll read this email because it's interesting to me, and I'm an
Yeah.
animal, I love dogs too. And so you start to build this connection with them.
Yeah.
It's the whole like asking someone to marry you instead of dating them first, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
the opt-in is asking for the first date, right? And
Yes.
then the email list is like the continued dating until the point where you're like, all right, we've been doing
Yeah.
this for a minute. Maybe we should get married at this point.
Yes.
And then they're
Right.
like, we should. Or they're
Yeah.
like, I'm not ready yet. And that's okay too. You continue
Yeah.
to nurture and
Yeah.
love on them, or they go their
Yeah.
separate ways, and that's okay too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's so awesome. So, recap of what Janet said. So, with her ad, she's doing a freebie. So, basically, here's this amazingly valuable thing, and give me your email address, and I'm going to send it to you. And then you're sending it to them. Now they're on your email list, and your emails are really nurturing and providing lots of value before you give them an offer.
Yep.
One of the things that I think is really important about what you said is that it's really clear that you know your target market really
Hmm.
well. So you know what they're going to be interested in, you know what they're going to consider valuable. And so do you want to talk a little bit about like how do you know that?
Yes.
How did you know what freebie to offer?
Gosh, well, honestly, there's a few ways to do this, okay? But and I'm sure you'll go over this a little bit in your workshop,
Yes, we will.
but what we call this is like it's called niche marketing. And so basically what a niche is, or a niche, both of them
Yeah.
are correct pronunciations, everyone. But niche marketing is you find someone it's not just like uh 35-year-old women. That is not a niche. That's still like way too many people. So you want to
Yeah.
narrow it down enough so that when people see, like, so when they see my ad, I'm the essential oil vet, right?
Hmm.
So if they see my ad, they're like, I love essential oils and I love animals.
Yeah.
That's for me, because
Yeah.
that's me. And so then they're like, oh yes, I'm going to click on that because that's me. If it's too vague, there's like, like perimenopausal women. That's like
Yeah.
everyone I know right now, right? Like I'm getting
Yeah.
bombarded with ads like that, but I'm like, it's sure, but like what specifically
Yeah.
about that? If somebody was like, now the ones that I do, we were just talking before this call, what the things that I struggle with perimenopause specifically is like I'm just getting a little more forgetful than I used
Yeah.
to. And that's really, as a
Yeah.
veterinarian, like my brain is like my whole thing. So like I'm like, that's like but if somebody sent an ad to me that was just like, are you getting a little bit more often? Are you 46 years old and
Yeah.
you are super natural and healthy and you
Yeah.
want to do this like a more natural way? Like, hey,
Yeah.
reach out to me. I'm like, that is me.
Yeah.
Wow, they like picked me. It's like they're talking to me
Yeah.
specifically. And so
Yeah.
that is the power of the niche, the
Yeah.
finding your people essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so how to figure out what to offer as your free opt-in is going to be like really getting to know and understand that person. One,
Yeah.
figuring out your niche, and then two, figuring out what that person really needs that is going to be like, yes, I need that right now or I will die. I mean, that's extreme, right? But okay.
Yeah.
So, but you guys get what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
what
Right.
I'm saying is, so for me, it was like the question that I get asked every single day, multiple times a day,
Yeah.
which is this safe for my pet? Is this safe for
Yeah.
my pet? Is this safe for my pet? Is this safe for my pet? Is this safe for my pet? And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm just gonna like, I'm getting really tired of answering the question like 85
Yeah.
times a day. So I'm going to go ahead and create like a little guide, and then you can be like, is this safe for my
Yeah.
pet? You know what? We created a guide to answer that exact same question. Why don't you read it? And it goes over what's safe and what's
Yeah.
not safe. And like, it's really practical. It's like, there's some really great information in there, and it's totally free. And they're like, that's the question
Yes.
I have. Is it safe? And you're answering
Yes.
that question with this guide. Thank you so much for giving it to me for free.
So
And
good.
that, so for me, it was like the question that everybody was asking me. Sometimes it takes a little bit of market research. So for me, it was like I had people coming to me specifically asking me this thing. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have people necessarily coming to you asking for this thing, you might have to do a little market research. So,
Yeah.
what are perimenopausal women that are 46 years old and really into natural things? Like, what
Yeah.
questions are they asking? What problems are they looking to solve? And luckily, we live in an age right now, maybe luckily or unluckily,
Yeah.
where
Right.
doing that market research is very, very easy.
Right.
And you can utilize some really, you can utilize ChatGPT or like whatever your favorite friendly, you can ask Siri, you can ask whoever, and you can ask your friends that are in that age, like, what's the
Yeah.
biggest problem that you're dealing dealing with right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious and just
Yeah.
put the questions out there. Honestly, you can do that as a Facebook post or an Instagram post. And one, it's going to hit like three birds with one stone, right? You're going to get the market research you need. Two, people are going to feel super smart because they have an answer to your question and they can help
Yes.
you. And three, you boost your engagement. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get actually more people looking at
Right.
your stuff because it boosts your engagement. So it's a
Yeah.
really beautiful, easy way to like find out if you don't know what that is
Yeah.
yet, to figure out what that is. Sometimes it takes and what I like to do is really start with like what are you offering on the back end of this and start from there because
Mhm.
like that's the main problem that you're solving and then go backwards from there and be like, okay, this is actually connected to this. So once you get this, you're going to want to actually
Yeah.
eventually buy this thing that is the real thing that solves your problem. The information's good, but the thing that solves your problem
Yeah.
is, the essential oils or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
That's so smart. So reverse engineering, taking your offer. What does my offer help with? And then what's one problem that I can solve in a free guide or free
Really
cheat sheet?
specific to a
Super.
really specific
Yes.
niche. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. That's so smart. I love that. How have having, is that right?
Yeah.
How have Facebook ads improved your quality of life?
Oh my gosh. So this is a hard question to answer,
Yeah.
actually, like because there's so much to it. So, and it's like it's really improved my business because I do not have to think about leads at all ever. Like it's
Which is
just like it's just
amazing.
automatic in the background. And
Yeah.
we worked really hard to get to that point. And I mean, we're talking about it like, oh, it's so easy to find your niche and figure out your
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But it takes some like there's gonna be some trial and error
Yeah.
sometimes with some of these
Right.
things,
Right.
guys. So we worked really hard on that for a while, but now it's just like this flow. And like I said, we have not turned off this ad. Like most people switch ads like every single month or
Yeah.
every other month because they just kind of run their course. But this one just hasn't for whatever reason. And
And ours has been the same way. We've been
I
running the
think
same
the
ad.
I think Facebook is really good at finding new people now
I think they're
versus
honoring. I do think that with, organic strategy, Facebook, and this is why we've been running our ads again, is the organic strategy Facebook is not a fan of right now. They're like, no, you
right,
can't send friend requests to people you don't know. No, we're not going to let you
right.
message that many people. I feel like they're like, yes, your ad is working. People are coming. We're just going to keep running it. I was looking at
Mhm.
someone that I follow yesterday. I was looking at her ads and I'm like, dang, she's been running the same ad since January 2025. Like
Yep.
that's, I mean, that I don't know. So maybe it's not that uncommon.
It is. I mean, if it's a good ad and it's
Yeah.
working and you're like, I mean, I heard a statistic and I don't know how accurate this is the other day, and it was like with people you cold leads, right? So people
Mhm.
you don't know and they don't know, like, and trust you yet. They have to see things up to 20 times before they'll actually click on it now,
Right.
which is crazy to me because it used to be seven.
Yeah.
So like even just in the course of just a few years, like that has changed significantly.
Right.
And it's the same thing with even just like your warm leads. Instead of it being like three or four times, it's more like 7 to 8 times or
Yeah.
10 times, 10 to 12 times, I think, or
Right.
something like
Right.
that. I don't remember the exact numbers. I'm totally butchering this, but you get
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
idea. Like we're just like we live in like a TikTok world where if something doesn't change every 3 seconds now, it used to be like people have 20-minute attention spans, but now it's like camera angles changing. And I blame Mr. Beast for this. Sorry, Mr. Beast, but he's always like, he has so many different cameras and stuff. And he's
Yeah.
like, so like, if you watch any of his videos, it is changing every like
Oh,
three
yeah.
seconds. And so like that is the attention span. That's what we have to catch people's attention. And so
Right.
that's why it's taking so many touches
Yeah.
for them to be like, oh, okay, now I can
Yeah.
get this. And luckily with Facebook ads, they have kind of figured this out. And so they are getting it to to those people who are going to be actually clicking and giving you their email and things like that. So
Yeah.
when you utilize the Facebook algorithm for you instead of
Yeah.
against you, then it's going to help you. And I would say like organic does still work to
Yeah.
a point. It works
Yeah.
to a point, but it
Yeah.
is a lot slower. You are not going to be getting that many leads. And it's really just comes down to numbers. And the more leads you get, the more people are going to convert into buyers. And the less leads you get, it's going to take a lot longer to get
Right.
those buyers, to get the
Yeah.
numbers. Buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And then, so if you were to give advice to someone who's thinking about running Facebook ads to grow their business and they're not sure, what would you say?
Okay, I would say, first of all, don't try to do it on your own. It's kind of hard. Even though there's YouTube videos and things like that out there, there's so much changing all the time.
Hmm.
It's really hard to be up to date with stuff. I actually just took a training and it had some Facebook ads training in there
Yeah.
that was like pretty high end. Like I paid a lot
Yeah.
of money for this and I was like, oh my gosh, their Facebook ads training is outdated. So I had made friends with some of the other people in this
Yeah.
program and they were like, Dr. Rourke, I know you do Facebook ads. Can you help me? And so I actually had to help some of them because the
Yeah.
training on it was a little off. It wasn't
Yeah.
horrible. It was still really good, but it was like a little outdated and it just changes so frequently that you
So
really
fast. Yeah.
probably need to do something that is very relevant and now and get some help. Because when you're trying
Yeah.
to do it on your own, like I did at the beginning,
Yeah.
it was so frustrating and I got frustrated and I gave up and I was like I hate Facebook ads. That was my mindset
Yeah.
because I was frustrated and I couldn't figure it out on my own. It wasn't super intuitive for me. I'm not techie at all, like I said. And so
Yeah.
all I needed was a few minutes with Karen and like she's like, it's okay, I'll hold your hand and you just click
Yeah.
on these things and like I was
Yeah.
like crying afterwards. I was like, I can't believe it. And then we ended up
Oh,
with just like so many new leads and then it just continued to work. And
yeah.
all I needed was just that little bit of help, like, catapult my business into the stratosphere. And
Yeah.
with like an awesome business like that going on in the background, of course, your business can grow. And when your business can grow, you can live your life a little bit better. You
Yeah.
asked about quality of life earlier. Really, it's like we were able to ride my horses in the mornings. I can make my own schedule. I
Yeah.
can, I'm going to Italy in a few
Oh
weeks that I'm
my
so
gosh.
excited about. Like I get
So
to go on
fun.
trips which I'm
Oh,
like in my regular practice of
yeah.
veterinary medicine without being on the online space, that doesn't really happen because if I'm not working and seeing appointments and seeing animals in person because I'm on a trip, then I
Yeah.
just don't make money during that time at all.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I can go to Italy and I'll probably make, I don't even know how much I'll make, but I'll definitely be getting leads.
Yeah.
We're going to be selling stuff in the background because it's all
Yeah.
automated. And I'm just
Amazing.
like, it's a really crazy thing to think about that it is really just this passive thing. And it's not
Yeah.
passive as in like I don't do anything because like, you still have to do the ads, you still have to follow up with people and like
Hmm.
talk to people and do the things, you still have to work. But
Yeah.
I'm able to take this break and come back to this really beautiful,
Yeah.
thriving business, which can help me live this beautiful, thriving, amazing life. So,
I love that so much. Is there anything else you want to share with our community?
just do it. I would say like anything that I've ever taken from Karen and Tasha, and I've known them for a good amount of time
Yeah.
now. Like, talk about how I feel like we were just talking about how old we feel.
I know.
But I've known them for a minute. And they're both really good people and they really do want you to win. So many courses I've taken and workshops and things like that, which I've done a lot of because again, veterinarian moving into the online space, you have to learn a lot of
Yeah.
different stuff. But so many of them, it's just like about, okay, like, yes, it provides value, it teaches you something. But when you do it with somebody who actually cares about
Yeah.
you, it's so much different. And they
Oh,
really are in it for you and are there nobody's trying to trick anybody here.
no.
It's like they're just genuinely good-hearted, amazing people
Oh,
that
thank
are
you.
going to give you like whatever it costs, they're going to give you 10 to 100 times more value.
Mm.
And you really can't put a value. Oh, my power might go out here in a
Oh
second.
my gosh. I know. I was like, is it storming?
But really, like you can't put just to wrap it up, you can't put a price on the new customers that you're going to get that are going to be
Yeah.
customers for life. So,
Yeah.
so really, like, what is that worth to you? And
Yeah.
it's to me, it's definitely worth it. Do it.
Yes. So if you guys, Janet, thank you for all your wisdom today. I think that what you shared is so important. And, having the leads part of your business taken care of is a game changer. And so if you want to join us, we're going to be walking you through our exact strategies in a simple way or how we run ads to get leads and exactly what to do and how to create a really good freebie and all that good stuff. So you can just put workshop below and we will connect with the details. And thank you so much, Dr. Janet Rourke. You're amazing.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great day. Yay.